take a minute and show a process that we can do that should be done on all websites, and it will always be valuable. We can use Google Search Console here to locate valuable keywords to link. I see that you made this page, and this page is great. This page is good for, this is this month's special. So if we want to add traffic for terms like this, we can search for this. So we would go to Google search, we would go to the search results, we would add a filter, we would go off the search, and this will show us all the searches that contain the word lip, which is obviously something we're selling. We can organize this in lots of different ways. You can show even more results, but you really only need the top results. This is a good example. This is something you're getting a lot of impressions for. Also getting a lot of impressions here. This has a higher click-through rate. It's also about the same price for cost per click, which means the value of it. This here is a very expensive one, so this means that people are probably looking to purchase something. So if we wanted to strengthen the page that this is leading to, we could take something that has a much higher click rate on our website, and if the page that we're trying to get people to is the page where we sell something, we would use this up here. So this has the most clicks to our site. So we would see, we would go just by this term, and this is the page that they're landing on. So this is a blog article. So in this page, we would want to make sure that there's anchor text. If you can see in the bottom left corner down here, that is actually leading to a different website, when the very first anchor text in any blog should be leading to a service page. The first anchor text carries with it the most power, so the first anchor text in any blog article should always lead to our service page. So we can correct this just by going so we go into blog. All I did was switch over here, and we find the post, and that post that was being led to was a lip. I believe it was this one. We can go back and we can check. Again, it's how often should lip filler get complete guide to maintenance. So we can check, and that is this here. So we'll go in and we'll edit this. And this link here, all we have to do is edit this, and this should be leading to our page, the page where we sell something. So we could either be using this, but then that would require us to update this as soon as this page doesn't have this for sale anymore. So something that is less work in the future will be to choose our sales page, our service page for this product. So we just copy that, and we will change this. I'm actually going to choose a different word here because I don't want to get rid of that outbound link, because those outbound links are valuable. So and actually, to point something out, the queries for this were how often to get lip filler. So we could actually use that entire word, and then we could just insert this link. And now that will, and we want to open and never ever have this chosen. We want that to be preferred because we want the link juice, the power, and the authority to pass from this popular page to our page. I think it's best always to make sure we change the color and the font so people know that it is a link. People get used to that. In the future, I would probably spread these out, but I'm going to leave this alone just so we don't confuse this video. But I could take this link and move it to a different word here. You could put it anywhere else throughout the article. Whoever wrote this blog, which was probably Maria, she did a good job of interlinking it to external pages because that also is something that is required to help the ranking of the page. So this process could be done. Again, if you were to go to Google and search for the query, the term that our sale is, and then find a page that ranks high or is getting a lot of clicks, not so much rank, but a lot of clicks. So we could make sure that where all of our traffic is going, that we make sure that some of that traffic might end up where we need them to end up, which is on our service page. This here, lip fillers near me, hopefully this actually goes to our service page. See, these are all different location pages, so some people are all choosing, different, they're landing on different pages. And this is actually a problem here because if they land on the team page, that's probably not what they're looking for when they typed in, this for a query. So that's something we'll have to work on the new site. I can talk about that in another video. Something I want to try too is from now on when we do these processes, I can start these or you can work on these, but when you do a process, much like your sheet that you have made here, I linked this today. I added this, so it tells you a task, explains what we're doing, and then there's an entire procedure in here with GPTs and everything else. So I'll try to keep this format, but for today, I made this for the process that I'm talking about here. So if you do go through and try this process, anything that you personally find helpful for yourself, you should take the time to create this sheet so that you can use it the next time you have to do this task, or if someone else were to have to do this task, that they would be able to understand it, because anything that you might not know, they might not know. So it'd be easy if you think to yourself that you need a reminder of what something looked like or where something was, or if any of this is confusing, you can make a note and tag me. And if you tag me and then write something, I'll get a notification and you could tell me that it either doesn't make sense or you want to delete it. This should help though with processes going forward. And I just, use screenshots. So when you're in here, something like this, and then I would just insert that into so I just made a screenshot there, and I would add this. I'll have to go over this. I'm not sure where this is going to work out. This way you'd have, I'll work on this, but you can make this sheet more your own and more of your own guide. Okay, the original reason I actually came to make this video real quick was to give you a task, and that task was to go through this specials page. And I hate this because I want to get off this Wix and I want to get on to the new site, but since we're stuck with this for a few more days, you could go through this page, and as you see here, this is a list of words, keywords for lip flip. This is keyword difficulty, shows you how hard it is to rank. So something with a very low difficulty, but a lot of search volume, or more importantly, these are commercial. So anything with commercial means they're trying to purchase something. So any of these that have a easy keyword, like this here. So if you use this as your anchor text and link that to our service page, or even more importantly, if we were to add an image, so if we go to the service, or we go to the page that we're going to modify here, And actually there's a spot here to change the background, and we will add an image. And I'm going to go ahead and upload an image. Okay, I'm going to upload an image, but I thought I'd take the time to show you the process really quick. If I provided you an image and it didn't have a good name, or if you had an image like this that still had the AI name that I created it with, or if you had an image from a different service page but wanted to use it on a new service page, you could reuse an image. You would just have to change. Let's go ahead and make a copy of this, and then let's go back real quick just to point out what we were going to do. We were going to use, let's see, lip flip price. That's a high volume. Lip flip versus lip filler, or lip flip cost. The one that lip flip Chicago, that's very relevant for us. So actually, let's use that. So lip flip Chicago, and then so lip flip Chicago. This prompt is something, I actually have a better standard operating procedure, which I'll share with you. It's actually in that new sheet, the one I just linked it to. So you just give it a pretty simple thing here, and just using the keyword. So if you were doing this for service pages on the new website, if you were going to go through page by page, you would just pick usually an H2 tag that's closest to the image, so nearest on the page, and then you would, there's your title for your image. And we'll just rename this. And then we'll add that to the page. Wrong window. So now that that's added, again, I hate Wix, but you'll want to take the time to make sure it's optimized, which I guess we can do once it's in the page. Change the background. So in this particular design, I just cheated because I know how this is going to look on mobile. It's going to look terrible. So what I did was added it as a background. So, and the background is this image that you can see here that we uploaded. I went and added it to this column because when we go and look at this on a mobile, you'll see that it will only show this part here. But for now, we're going to edit that image. We're going to use the settings for the image. And the alt text we got from the GPT. And unfortunately in Wix it's actually backwards, but I'm just going to go ahead and put that for the alt text. And I'm going to put the image description where the alt text should go. On the new site, I'll have to make another video because Wix is so terrible. This is actually not the proper way to do it. And then we could have this as a link. I'm not going to, but you could choose a link and we could link it to one of our service pages, like Lip Flip. And then, you know, this might cause a little confusion. If someone were to accidentally tap that, it would take them to the Lip page, but it does add one more link, and it will strengthen the website. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. We're done here. You could go throughout this, and you could use a similar throughout this page. You could find words like this and use the link function and link it to any of the service pages. You could do too many. You want to use different ones. You want to make sure they're different words throughout the page that you choose, so it's not the same anchor text each time. And again, I'll make a video for doing this in Cornerstone because it's a lot easier, a lot more powerful, and it makes a lot more sense. But just to give you an idea, just so you understand this process and how much it helps, the same thing here. Here's another service. We can just go ahead and link that to the Dermaplane page. So I'm just trying to give you the idea. Hopefully some of this makes sense. I will provide all this. I'll give you this sheet if you want to modify it at all for the future. I'm going to go ahead and add it to the list of things to do in your sheet that you're working on. I'll add it pretty simply. These will definitely be able to be moved around. I prefer when it's written like that. If you just put a link, I feel like it's a lot harder to understand what's going on. If you, when you paste it, you get to choose. You can hit tab or you can choose that, and it will make a nice, readable, clickable link. But anyway, we can add some description here. I just wanted you to get the idea of the process as we go along. Anytime there's ever a task that you have to do, I won't be worried if the tasks take longer than they should because you're working on this also and you're making a path for the next site that we build. I spoke to another MedSpa today, so we might have to be doing this all over again. So I just want to make sure that we have a nice, easy method to follow and something that can be referred to that we can improve as time goes on. And I think that's about everything. I know that you have access to this. I checked. This you won't need for now. So if you have any questions, let me know. But for today, if you could just visit this specials page. And actually, something we'll probably have to do is, if for practice, try to recreate this page in the Cornerstone editor. That can be another video. But if we were to switch over to the new website, I don't believe this page would be on there because it's newer. And I also, after I publish this, just want to point out why I did this with the images. Wix is, again, terrible. In Cornerstone, we won't have this problem because you can always see. Yeah, see that that back image blends into everything, whereas this one shows up. I'm going to go ahead and delete that section. It's a much better page. And also to have an image as a background for a section is a cheat because you can include alt tags and image descriptions, and those will register in search results, even though to people they're just a background image. A lot of times I will even use really dark images, really faded images, just to create a look or a feel, but then you can include descriptions, alt tags, and titles that will all strengthen your search results, because then if the image was named this and the alt tag was properly used as we did with the GPT, all those things will add to the strength of a page. So if every image on the page had some variation of this or the H2 tags, and you did that for each and every page, you'll see the strength of it, and I'll show you the results over time. I will want to just continuously work on this Express Med Spa website. Once the new one is live, we can make an orderly list so we know what's more important to work on. Each month it'll probably be whatever the sales are, but we can go page by page. So, as much as you'd like to work, please let me know, and we'll make sure that you're staying as busy as you want to stay.